It's educative.
Good.
First, I'm going to combine both my native language and the borrowed language, which is English. Chairman Gokana local government in Proxy, the Highness Chief Kadiro Bainali Kabari. The chairman of the organizing committee and the whole of the organizing committee on behalf of with respect to Edatuma. All protocols observed. Now you may permit me take it so.
You take care now, you
Okay. My American down driver was like, then topic of NEMI, Barako leadership and community development, past and present. Yes, I'm grateful to this, to be part of this occasion, because really, I am not too old to carry out this function. Because normally those who are elderly to me are in the community, who knows most of the history than me, but I put in together, being on the innovation, because it's a new thing, again, based on the new leadership. What can bring us forward? We'll go through this thing, introduction, a brief history of Barako Town, leadership, what leadership is all about, the styles and the qualities of it, community development skill, commission leadership roles, all to the present leadership, conclusion and way forward. I know we are behind schedule, but I'm going to be very brief. If I say anything that is not like, take the one that is good for Barako to move forward and throw the other one away. Thank you. The brief history of Barako Town. Barako is one of the ancient 17 towns or communities in Gokana local government area of River State, which form part of Ogoni. You might be wondering why I put a flag. Anyway, I didn't get I've got the flag of Moso, which is more of Ogoni, the 6 kingdoms. So Barako is one of these, is part of this kingdom. And initially, some people will tell you that 14 villages from Gokana. Yes, it was 14, and Barako was one of them. So this, in Barako is the second in command in terms of rulership at the Gokana traditional headquarters, which is Byoko. I'm not talking of Paul now. If it's local government, the headquarters is Paul. But when I talk of Gokana traditional council, is Byoko, and Barako is the second. Barako is Okuruga, they call it, or Bombina in Ogoni, as probably called. Made that a unique community in Gokana. That is why we are unique. The town is ruled by a primary ruler, and this seat is hereditary for the families of Chief Abat Kabari Tekam dynasty. The second in command is supported by what they call Labon, which is for the Chief Dubo dynasty. Other lieutenants would support those who are supporting the primary ruler, called GAP, and others from now, which has been modernized to maybe some council, the CDC, Community Development Council, youth, women, students, and the rest of us. These are the groups that support the community in their ruling. That would let me go on to what we call leadership. Leadership is defined as the ability of an individual. Sorry if I'm too fast. Leadership is defined as an ability of individual or a group of individuals to influence and guide followers or other members of the organization to achieving a common goal. The code there is influence. How do you bring your people, those who are following you, to say, this is the direction I'm going, and they will follow you. So that is the influence. And how do you direct them? They cannot just follow you like sheep. If number one sheep goes forward and falls into a well, the second one will follow, but goat will go back. So we shouldn't be like sheep. God will define it as the action of leading a group of people or organization. A genuine leader is not a searcher for consensus, but a molder of consensus. That is what Martin Luther says. That is the activists. You know, we also have activists in the community. Styles of leadership. There are so many ways, so many styles used by most of our leaders. We have the autocratic, which is done in the military. They will always tell you, obey before complain. Command, complain. Before you say anything, you have to obey first. There are people like that. We have democratic, where everybody is giving his or her voice. You tell us, and we listen to you, and maybe put into voting. We have pace setting. There are people who set the pace, that this is the way I want us to go. and we follow. This is an example. We started with an innovation. The whole of Bukara now, this is the first. Everybody is clapping for Barako. If after this, we can follow what we are going to get as our recommendation, because we have never seen it anywhere. That today, we can stay here and talk to the whole world. All our children in the whole world are now listening and joining us. Some are also authoritative. They say, no, you must follow my advice. You must follow the direction I'm going. You must follow this or no way. If you don't follow my own, don't no fellowship. That is a different style. We have the affiliative. Those who can also say, let me join and see how it goes. We have the coaching and laissez-faire. That is a free hand for anybody to do anything you want to do. That was developed by a French speaker. You have some skill to get all these styles done. You must have some skill, which is developed. This skill is developed. You train yourself for it. Self-development. You can decide today, I want to be, the integrity in me should stand. That is when I say, this is what I'm doing. It should be, everybody should see that this thing is doing, I'm doing rightly. I'm not looking at back, whether it's my mother or my father or anybody. Integrity, that is self-development, you can do that. Team development, you can also build your team. And that's what we're trying to do now. Strategic thinking, you must be thinking ahead and acting accordingly. Innovation, we've already mentioned that. Ethical practice, which is at the center of leadership, then you must listen to followers. If you are a leader, you must listen to your followers. The matter don't go here. Even Moses in the Bible did the same thing. Yes. Planning and implementation, organizing and delegating, feedback, motivation. The most important is time management, because time is not on our side. So what you have, you may not stay forever. What you have to plan it. As soon as the time comes, God might call you to go on. So all these things can be done through practice of discipline, taking more learning responsibilities, learning to follow, developing situational awareness, inspiring others, and resolving conflicts, and keep learning. In doing that, you also exist some qualities as a good leader. What are those qualities? Communication. You should be able to tell the person next to you where you want to go. And two of you have to understand each other. You must have a vision on the direction of where you are going to. Empathy. You must put yourself into that person's shoe. Transparency, accountability, and the next word is just gratitude. That is like a feedback. You get what you are getting from people, and you must be happy, appreciate the one that is better for you. I now come out to community development. Lawrence, please, are you checking if there's any question, or I should finish before there will be question? I don't know. But I'm seeing some distraction. Community as defined by Society of International Development of Israel. Development is the process of creating. Somebody is talking. Where are we?
So go ahead. Ignore the distractions.
Okay. Society of International Development of Israel define development as a process of creating or initiating positive changes, programs in economic, environmental, social, and demographic components. It's like you just give birth to a child. The child will start first, maybe you'll be lying there or him on the back. Later, you gradually on the side, you face him down, and gradually you now start sitting him down till he crawl. So that is the development, and that is what we're trying to do. Community leadership in this case is the courage, the creativity, the capacity to inspire participation and development. Examples, the local church leaders that we are having around today, community activists, social school officials, local business leaders, and all of us, we are potential leaders. So the community leader takes responsibility for the well-being and improvement of their community. So for you to say, I want to be a leader in this community, you must be ready to add value. I gave 3 questions, 3 takeaway questions that all of us who want to be leaders will take home. 1, are you interested or do you want to improve the community? You must have that in your mind first. If you're not ready, then you cannot be a leader. Do you have anything to contribute or add value to the community? Are you adding any value, or you just the same, let's leave it, let's go that way? Then, will you wait for someone to do the job, or you do it yourself? If your answers are yes, yes, no, then we are good to go. But if it's not that, well, I don't agree that we're ready to lead. And we have the roles of community leaders. Community leaders, one, you have to mobilize and guide others, like I've said. You have to show an example. People will follow you when you are directing them well. When people are in trouble and you are trying to bring them out, you have to solve problem and work together with others in the community. Not saying you will carry the whole problem of the whole town, for instance, into your head and only you will fix it. It's not done. You learn to delegate and do work with others. Facilitate solutions and things brought about the long-term health of the community and its people. Not looking at something and say, I want it only today. Only today. Yes, I'm coming back to my language now. Then we are not going anywhere. And for you to have those qualities of these community leaders, I've mentioned it again, empathy. That is the empathy. Be ready to assist people. And most importantly is the influence. Influence is what takes you on. On this one, it brings about the integrity. If time permits, you won't be if because of all this, if time permits, I'll just give you a brief video by a Ghanaian policeman that it tells you what leadership is all about. And it's not what leadership is. It's all about influence. How do you influence people? Let's listen to that.
We'll come back from the short break. But I think it's time for us to just do a very simple summary. All we'll be talking about is on what? Leadership.
I hope you are hearing.
And I said, leadership is what? Influence. Simplicity. No less, no more. Leadership is influence. This is a fact, and everybody knows that. But sometimes we think it's about what. Today I am telling you it's not about what, it's about how. The what is the fact that we know leadership is influence, but the how is how do we influence people? How do we get people on board? How do we get people to align to the vision of the organization? How do you align people? How do you get your followers to believe so much in you and follow you? Leadership is what? Influence. And let me tell you the how. Basically, what we're doing today is how to influence what? People. How to influence your followers. Ladies and gentlemen, if you want to influence people, the first value that you require as a leader is integrity. That is the I. Leadership is the I stands for what? Integrity. Doing what is right. Believing that nobody will even ever see. Doing what is right, irrespective of the force against you. You got to do what's right. That is integrity. Walking is short. Simple and short. Learn how to nurture your followers. Empower the young ones who are with you. Because leadership is not a permanent position. One day you will be gone. But the people that you have empowered, when they take over the reins of the organization, you will sit at home and you begin to relax and watch how things are unfolding because they are demonstrating that they have been empowered enough. But if you get up for 1 week, 2 weeks, 1 month, and everybody is crying, the organization is not moving forward, the country is not moving forward because you are not around, it means that you are a very good example of a bad leader. Please have faith in your followers. If you don't believe in me, I don't see why I should believe in you. Right? It's reciprocal. Have faith in me and I'll have faith in you. Please listen to your followers. You should have a listening ear. People want to be listened. They don't want to be heard, merely heard. No. Please listen to your followers. Have an understanding how. Some leaders have a heart of stone. If you have a heart of stone and you are a leader, don't think anybody will ever want to die for you. Nobody will want to die for you. We are committed to dying for leaders who have an understanding heart. Be emotionally intelligent. What are we saying? Be sensitive to your environment. Be sensitive to the needs of the people who are following you. Can you wear their shoes? Can you feel the way they are feeling? If you are, then you'll be able to talk to them why it's right. And you'll be able to deal with their situations and probably help them through troubles when it is time. I love this. It's who is able to navigate his followers through troubles. When I find myself in trouble and you are my leader, and you are able to help me out of that trouble very professionally, I will salute you forever. I will be so loyal to you forever. If you call me at 1 a.m., I'll be running. My phone will never, because I know that I owe you something, that you are deserving my respect, and I have that. You have the skill to communicate with your people. I don't see how they can follow you. The last one, every leader must be exemplary. If you are a good leader, then you set an example for people to follow. Because you are ahead. You want to copy. So we copy from you the good and the bad. If you are integrity, nurture people. Right. If you have faith in people and you have faith in you, right.
Please mute yourself if you are moving.
Communication skills. About an exemplary.
Okay, let me check it. If I can forget now.
What you have said is what?
Yeah.
Bro, please mute yourself.
Thank you.
Bro, please mute yourself. Mute yourself, bro.
The blue one, the blue is there. You know what blue is? In Ghana, we call it what? Blue can disable your whole system.
I'm sorry, the noise was too much, but if you listen to what the guy was saying, it's more or less explaining. Leadership ends with influence, and he has defined what influence is all about. The integrity, where they will trust yourself, like I mentioned earlier, the nurturing, growing up of people. You have faith, you must have faith in others so that you have faith in you. So if you take all these things together, then you can be a good leader, a good community leader. Like if you now say past and present leadership in Barako, yes, as I said earlier, I wouldn't know much of the history of Barako, but the little I was able to get is what I'm trying to present. By the time this is an inaugural one, by the time we continue, I think we'll get more detail about this. I was supposed to show a statistics of how each of these leaders were operating those days. They say that leaders are born and not made. It's true to some extent. Some people are born leaders in the midst of adversity, where there are crises. You see a leader that will come out of people. Before now, when I grew up, I met Chief Abba Kabari Tekam, who was the primary ruler. He has the community leaders, which I call the CLDR, who are helping, who are supporting his administration. Akedibo, Dignited, India, the Cows, the Pass, Royal Highness J.K. Birabi, Brobosi, Dekos, Dr. El Kabari, C.A. Domas Dubo, Chief S. Gawa, and Birabi, and Chibi Kabari, primary up to year 2020. I can tell you much of what these people did in those days. There are certain things that if they have a communal crash or any of these issues in the family, and these people are seated to judge your matter, immediately you see one or two of them. If you see Akedibo, people are not satisfied that yes, they can look at good judgment for me. If you see people from the Tower family, baby, in those days, you will respect him because of Amaneko. Highness, Bromosi, the Decos, Dr. El Kabari, yes, that is, he wasn't a chief then. When I grew up to stay with him as well, he wasn't a chief, but we have a small case. This issue that we're having with this our neighbor, maybe let me just give that. I was small then. He was having one Bito called, I think the number was ROB 6,000. If they have any case in Bori, High Court, or
right.
Oscar, your network.
this man carry all these chiefs I'm mentioning, that small Bito, we carry like 8 of them. You will
It was a Toyota, not a Bito.
to the court, really they come down and they will address the community. Again, that was helpful because everybody now, sorry, somebody's trying to correct me.
It was a Toyota.
Toyota 6,000.
Arobi
No, it was a
6,000.
Volkswagen.
6,000.
It was a Volkswagen Beetle 6 RB. Okay, well, I might be wrong, but I know it was a Beetle.
The Beetle was 716.
Okay, yeah. Because I know he will squeeze all this cheap. He will squeeze all this cheap in the Ram motor, but come to community today. Somebody that have 5 cars cannot release one to carry anybody to anything for anything. These are things we need to learn to lead the community well. That's what I'm trying to explain. We were all, and if you look at all of them, were transparent in what they are doing. Their watchword was transparency, no ego, high integrity, and accountable. Good communication skill. The president ruler today is His Highness, which is here now, His Royal Highness Cardinal B. Tabari. He is bringing his community leaders. And I want us, his community leaders, for this motivational that I brought out here, and some of the characters that have been implanted in this note. Conclusion and way forward. These are the motivational notes that I've seen that can help us. Martin Luther King said, our lives begin to end the day we become silent about things that matters. If you see important things that's happening to the community, say, it doesn't concern me, let them go. Your life begins to end that day because you are not denying the community. So we should have this one in our mind as a community leader. Don't teach anything that will help the community and keep quiet over it. Advice. Whether you take or you don't take, give that advice. John Quincy Adams said, if your actions inspire others to dream more, learn more, do more, and become more, you are a leader. Let you be an example. People start studying you. Say, this what is this guy is doing? It's good. Let me follow or let me do that. Steve Jobs, Apple co-founder, said innovation distinguishes between a leader and a follower, which I've given you an example now. What we are doing today is an innovation. It distinguishes between the leader and the follower, because we've never experienced this at all in Barako. We've not even experienced it in Gokana. And this is the first. Everybody was hailing us. Theodore M. Hesper said the very essence of leadership is that you must show the people the trumpet you draw before people can follow you. The very essence of leadership is that you have to have a vision. You can certain trumpets. So if you take this, I think Barako will move forward. Thank you for listening. Aina Kuma.
Aina Kuma. Musga.
I clap for myself.
Thank you.
Thank you. You can remove the share. You can unshare yourself. Remove the share. Stop sharing, and so that we can. Musga, stop the sharing.
So if there's any question, I don't know the organizer. If there is, we can go ahead with that now.
Yeah, Musga, stop the sharing.
Yeah.
Go ahead and stop the sharing, Musga. Remove the share. Okay, good.
Okay.
So that is what I was asking.
All right, Tuma is up. And
no clarification. If there's anything like that.
Tuma, you can come up and coordinate now. But now, Musga has finished his presentation. So if anybody have a question, clarification, for just a few minutes, because we are behind. The next speaker is, I think, virtually ready. So Tuma, up to you. They should unmute you because we can't hear you. They should unmute you, Tuma.
Not yet.
Yes.
Okay. No.
Good.
Okay. So you can answer you. Only people that are you need the opportunity to ask. Yeah.
Mike, I'm here. About Damombo.
Congratulations, everybody. I listened to you. I was impressed.
Collecting money, for example.
But I was driving. I couldn't talk that time.
Registrar and chief executive.
Rob, you have to wait. Somebody's asking question.
Okay, no problem.
Landa, question Abina.
It's audible.
Coordinator, the question in that I don't know whether you will compile or by Sunday to explain it also.
And don't move. When you are speaking. Just one spot.
Chica.
Hello. Hello.
Oh, yes, morning.
Hello.
Yeah.
Auntie, good day. Good day.
Okay.
Hello.
You can't even hear.
Tuma, you have to translate the question. We didn't hear the question.
I'm not hearing them again. Okay.
I think they have audio problem.
I'm not here. Are you hearing me?
Tuma, I think I will suggest this we can't hear the questions.
They can send the question in the chat. They can send the question in the chat.
Question to the chat box.
It's Antichika's call.
It's not here.
Okay, please let's stop. Let's not be talking when they are speaking. If everyone is talking, we are not hearing. Please, let's wait until when we have to speak. Then Tuma. So when you talk, don't move, because when you move, the voice is not coming over very well. So stay at one place and say it and be loud. We didn't get most of the things that were said.
Me, I didn't get. I wanted to.
Okay, let me take it again. The last speaker, or sorry, the participant asked to know those countries that make a good leader. Was that those stages and they didn't get it?
Tuma, who asked the question?
It's okay. It's okay. Well, the Mosga can try to answer, but if they cannot get through, we have the recording of the teaching, and we are going to produce a paper for people to look at the things that have been said.
Okay.
If I get him well, I think he's asking about the qualities of a good leader. Is that the question?
Yes.
Yeah, if that is the question, I gave 3 examples. I say 1, empathy. You must put yourself into the other person's shoe. If this shoe is paining him, put yourself, if that shoe will pain you, if you can bear it. Apart from being, excuse me. Secondly, you must be able to solve people's problems, your followers, when they are in issue, you have challenges, you should be able to solve it. Most importantly is influence. How do you bring them on? Then I now play the video that tell you the full meaning of influence, where the integrity you need to have, all those things are there. The I is the integrity, N is the nurture. You groom up the person that is following you. F is the faith. You need to have faith in that person that is following you, so that they also have faith in you. If I'm doing this and you're doing, I'm telling you go here and I'm going the other way, faith in me. Now you cannot even trust me. The other one again, I said listening, that's the L. You must have a listening ear. If the person is crying, please, so my leg is paining me in my leg, you should be able to find out why is that your leg paining you. Listen to him. Second is the OU, which is understanding. You have to understand where the person is going and what he's saying. The other E I give you again is the empathy or emotional intelligence, as the man in the video called it. The N again is navigation. That is when somebody is having a problem. How do you solve it? The communication. How do I discuss this thing with you and you understand? Then example, be an exemplary leader. So that are just the qualities you need to get to be a good leader.
So we are going to take the second talk by Dr. Okay.
Sorry.
Sorry, we are taking the second talk on the second lecture for this evening. The title is Time Conversion and Human Capital Development. Sorry, Human Capacity Development. It's our